Have you ever wondered that you never see a bus at a gas station?
Ty! There's an emergency.
What? Little Debbie's out of business?
Worse.
There's a ghost haunting the BMX bike disco shop.
Disco balls everywhere!
You know what this means, right? We got ourselves a mystery. Number one time man, where are you? Man, we've got some work for you now. Dangers all around, don't make a sound. We need your skills and know-how. Come on now, time man, I see you, man. Pretending you've got the sniffles. You're not kidding me, cause I can see the way you cough and wiggle. You know we got a mystery to solve, so no one time and don't run away. Please come and stay. And time and if you come back, we're gonna give you some Scooby snacks. That's a fact. Number one time man, where are you, man? We're ready, let's get to it. Just follow my plan, the one time man, and I know you'll never quit it. When it comes to a long-running franchise like Scooby Doo, it makes sense to have a wide variety of shows and movies with varying styles. Ironically though, nobody talks about the video game starting the titular mutt and its candy-colored mystery solvers. There's a ton of them, from Sega Genesis to PC, and even a few Game Boy titles. So while I won't be looking at every game here, today I'll be taking a look at the few I have with me. Let's start things off with...
So the mystery, right? We're still doing that?
The mystery we have to solve, the BMX bike
The one that I got in the shower for?
Alright, the mystery. How could I completely forgot about that? Leave.
Oh. Okay. See, when you want to review Man of Steel, you'll need me. Okay? And I won't be here.
Anyways, let's start things off with Scooby Doo Unmasked for the Gamecube. Oh boy, I can't wait to show how much a pathetic version I am on the internet. Popping the disc in, and the game plays the classic theme song, but using the in-game graphics. Thankfully, not with the car. And to give credit where it's due, the graphics are surprisingly impressive. The animation is nice and bouncy, the characters are animated well, it looks like the original show, shadows and lighting are nice. Overall, it's a pretty good start. Jinkies, Velma! Where in the hell did you get those? I don't like how Scooby starts giving me the bedroom eyes after he proceeds to lick himself. It's kinda creepy. I'll do it. Roggy style. The style screen though? No. Just no. Scooby looks like a wad of bubblegum and Shaggy has to lure Z for an arm. We begin the game with the mystery gang heading over to a movie studio to see Fred's cousin Jed. But when the crew got there, for some reason the studio was completely ransacked. Afterwards, the tutorial level starts. I like how even though there are tutorial prompts, the game doesn't necessarily restrict the player and encourage them to explore on their own. Scooby has a lot of attacks. He can jump, double jump, slide, belly flop. He can spin into crates and destroy different enemies. This is just Crash Bandicoot. No, I'm dead serious. This is the exact moveset from Crash Bandicoot, even down to the collectible items which the main character eats. Well, this can't be right. Scooby, what's the meaning of this? How could this happen to me? While the game takes heavy inspiration from Crash Bandicoot, it does have more open world levels and lets you explore the environment and get rewarded for your curiosity. The game boils down with the gang going from town to town and solve random mysteries in order to help prove Fred's cousin's innocence for a crime which he didn't commit.
With Mubber, Mr. Stanton has perfected the most lifelike special effects monsters ever.
She did it. So I start off in Chinatown, where there's this dragon that's been spooking the residents of this fortune cookie factory that doesn't sound racist at all, and I have to run around the hub world to enter one of the levels. You get to talk to the mystery crew, collect Scooby snacks, do some unnecessary loitering on this dragon statue, and then have an existential crisis. Are Scooby snacks made out of Scooby? Or is Scooby made out of snacks? The platforming is pretty solid. It's not too easy, but at the same time not that challenging. It's Scooby controls well for the most part, but he does feel loose and sometimes it feels like I'm driving him, more so controlling the Great Dane. I mean, just look at him. He's a shoe. You can also collect Mother by destroying enemies or breaking crates. Crates have feelings too, Scoobert. And by gaining enough, you go to this little machine which gives Scooby a certain power-up. Like this latex bat suit which is probably turning someone on right now. Keisha! Or this karate gear which gives Scooby the ability to do the Kamehameha beam, which can break through doors and walls.
Hadouken!
Not only that, but you can also have this karate chop which is very short ranged and barely does any damage, and you can't do any other of Scooby's attacks besides the chop or the beam, which takes a while to charge up. I don't like this one. But hey, he's a dog and he's inside this karate gear, so I'll now give this costume the aforementioned name of Hong Kong Scoobert. You can also collect different objects in the level too. Some are optional, like the food ingredients which you can take to Shaggy in the hub world so you can gain an extra bit of health points. But others are somewhat mandatory, like these clues you have to find in each level and bring back to Velma in order to help you solve the mystery. I say somewhat mandatory because they are required for you to continue on with the game, but at the same time you don't need to find every clue within the world you inhabit, and the ones you do come in contact with are really easy to get and not that tasking. Kind of like the crystals in Crash Bandicoot where you— oh crap, there I go again. But the main question comes to mind. Is Scooby Doo Unmasked any good? Yes. And no? It has some great platforming bits, Scooby's attacks are very well utilized, and the level design is varied and well constructed. Scooby, are you okay? Call an ambulance! I only have one problem with this game and one problem only. It's so long.
That's what—
If you say that's what she said one more time, I'm gonna pop you.
Some levels in this game could take up at least 15 to 30 minutes at a time. It's so tiring. Imagine if you're playing Mario 64, but instead of returning to Peach's castle after you collected a star, you get instantly teleported to Whomp's fortress, and then Dire Docks after collecting 6 of the main stars. Some areas in this game are huge, and checkpoints are spread so thin that I'm convinced this was a Tyler Perry plot. So if you die at a certain point in the level, you get sent back 1 to 3 areas back from where you came from. That gets very annoying. And let me tell you about this dragon boss fight. This buttery skin mark of a boss fight. Not only is he too fast to hit, but he can only get hit by Hong Kong Scoobert over here. Which I remind you, his attacks can't reach that far. So whenever I need to hit him, I usually get damaged in the process. You can also break crates to get a box full of Scooby snacks to regain your health you've lost. And even some of your friends throw some up once in a while. Not only do they rarely give you health when needed, but sometimes, when you're breaking crates, there's also enemies inside of there to hurt you. Do you want me to gain health back or not, game? Oh hey Alberito, what are you doing here? Ow man, what was that for? Okay, I have the boss at 1/3 of his health, I've memorized his patterns, so I should be good. What the hell? What happened? Where'd my costume go? I didn't get hurt or anything, so what gives? It happened again! Is this a glitch or something? Wait a minute. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He has the ability to get rid of your power up if you stand right in front of him. Even though I need to stand right in front of him to hit the dragon. Scoobert, how could you do this to me, man? You're breaking my heart. No, seriously, this boss fight can suck my squiggly shaggy 7-inch scrotum. Well, in retrospect, Scooby Doo Unmasked isn't a bad game. It does a great job capturing the feel and likeness of the series, and while the gameplay does tend to overstay its welcome, it is easy to pick up and simple enough to have some light fun with. Just be careful about those dragons. Next up we have is Scooby Doo First Frights for Nintendo Wii. Now this was a tie-in game for one of the TV movies aired on Cartoon Network during the time. I think it was called Scooby Doo The Mystery Begins. Doesn't really follow the movie that much, but hey, the more Scooby stuff we have, the more moist my toes feel. I didn't click start yet and this game's already neutering 2 of my senses. Well, booting the game up and it's already filled with this, that, this, and this. Do you feel safe, children? Why do all these models look like they have some sort of fish disease? Oh, come on, man. That's not Scooby. That's a dented can of Pringles. The game doesn't have much of a plot. You just go around to different towns solving mysteries and encounter a new masked villain to uncover. There are 4 worlds with 2 levels, a chase sequence, and the boss fight at the end. Do you want to know what type of gameplay style Scooby Doo Fetish of the Furries takes inspiration from? I don't know, Call of Duty? Nope, it's actually a beat 'em up. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Scooby Doo, the character who's known for running away from any form of danger, is now beating the loving piss out people with sausage links. All around me are familiar faces. Whoa, button up your shirt, girl. If Fred looks like a 15-year-old dropout waiting to be spayed and neutered, then you're no older than a freshman. Each character has the same 3-hit combos for handling hordes of enemies wanting a piece of that Scooby Goodness, except for Shaggy and Velma. Shaggy doesn't attack, but has this pathetic little slingshot which you have to stand still and shoot. And as for Velma, she can throw an endless supply of books at their enemies. Seriously, it never seems to end for her. There's even unique abilities for each mystery crew member. Fred can push and pull heavy objects, but he can't push away his past. Daphne can do acrobatics and shimmy on certain poles. Velma can code different mechanical routers. Shaggy can, grapple things with his yo-yo. You're the worst. And Scooby can go through certain crevices and doggy doors. While you do get a chance to play with all of these characters, you really don't have a choice on who you get to play as. Some levels you're playing as Scooby and Shaggy, but other times you'll be playing as Daphne and Scooby. And then sometimes you'll be switched over to Fred and Velma, or Daphne or Fred. But you can't play as Scrappy though, they threw him in the river. And while you get the opportunity to switch with each character, you don't really have a choice on who you can bring in certain areas. Why can't I switch through all 5 characters? Why not do something like with Sonic Heroes, where I play with all the characters on my team and get to change at different points? While exploring the levels, you tend to find a treasure chest. And no, your mistress doesn't count. And inside, you get a costume for a certain character to wear on the next level. And while I do like customization in most games like Pokemon or Sonic Forces, you normally don't have a choice on when to put it on or take it off. That's not too bad. Except the costumes you're in changes the attack of the characters. Yeah, so remember when I said that Velma could throw an endless amount of books earlier? Well, since the game changed outfits without my consent, all I have is this pretty little sword that has very short range and attack. Yes, game. Instead of letting me keep my long range projectile attack for this boss fight, why not give me this short stick prick? Oh, what's this? I'm about to do a chase sequence? Yay! I've always loved chasing down children in educational facilities. What is that? What is it? Shaggy looks like a can of SpaghettiOs trapped inside gelatin, and his jumps are the equivalent of an eagle. Is this how I'm supposed to run? Have I been doing it wrong for all these years? Also, I've come across a few technical issues during my playthrough. Sometimes the camera will get stuck by a wall, bad depth perception. Whenever I want to jump or attack, my inputs wouldn't register. There's even a glitch where my partner wouldn't do anything but just stand there. They won't jump, or attack, or even do certain tasks which are required to progress through the level. Scooby, I can use your help right now. I'm being 3-wayed. Plus, as a whole, this game is just mediocre.
Mediocre?
It works fun enough, it controls well, and it is better structured than Unmasked. But the thing is, I remember more of the experience and charm from this game than opposed to this game, so take that for what you will. But if you want a Scooby Doo game that sucks at all aspects of itself, then do I have the perfect game for you. Scooby Doo and the Cyberchase. Wait a minute. Cyberchase? Cyberchase, we're moving. We're beating Hacker at this game. Don't tell me he's trying to hack the motherboard. We'll get him every time. Now, unlike the other Scooby Doo games we had today, this one is actually based on a direct-to-DVD and VHS movie with the same name. I don't remember much from it, but it was a pretty cool movie. The animation was good, the villain had cool powers in the design, the plot itself is about the Scooby Gang getting trapped in a video game, so why not make a video game based on that movie? Gotta say though, this disc looks really cool. Not only does it have a unique style, but you return to the back, you see the nice sheen of black contrasting with the white. Sadly though, the disc art is the only thing I can say good about this game, because starting it up, we see Shaggy looking like a green used cotton swab, with Scooby trying way too hard to become a Muppet. And the voice synchronization, I mean, my gosh.
Hey guys, are you alright?
You look like you've seen a ghost.
Beautiful. What is up with this animation here? I know when it comes to Scooby Doo, I'm not asking for TMS levels of quality, but the animation from the original show is Pixar levels compared to this toothpick. Crash Bandicoot 2 came out in 1997, and the quality is so much better compared to this game, which was released in 2001. And speaking of Crash Bandicoot, there's something very familiar about this. Yeah, there's no denying it. This game is a blatant ripoff of Crash 3, down to the point where Velma saves your game like Coco. Unlike the other two games, it doesn't even try to do something new or interesting to help make itself. Look at this running animation. Shaggy has a golf club neck and Scooby runs for a bit, then stops, and runs again. Don't you just hate it when it happens to you? My question is, why do I start to help work controlling Shaggy, but when I start a level, I'm playing as Scooby? I know it's a nitpick, but it definitely confused me when first playing.
It looks like you've landed in Japan. It's one of the most beautiful places in the world.
Now wait a minute, what about Africa? I think that place is beautiful. It has a wide variety of biomes there. Is it because there's no black people in Japan? Velma's a massive racist. We need to build a wall! So somehow, this deformed Play-Doh crust with a pedo smile starts hacking this Scooby-Doo video game. So instead of, I don't know,
rebooting the damn program,
Shaggy and Scooby are tasked to go into cyberspace and fish out the virus. A random thing I like to point out is that there are these text boxes here, but your friends still talk to you. What's even better is that when your person finished their lines, the text boxes remain unchanged.
Get moving, Scooby. Daphne and I will keep looking for a trap, but it's up to you to find that virus.
You can do it, Scooby!
The controls freaking suck. Scooby feels really clunky and stiff to move around, which makes platforming and enemy killing an absolute nightmare. Oh, look there! I tried to stomp on the box, but somehow I plummeted into the river. How the hell did that happen? Scooby can defeat enemies by two ways: butt stomping them and throwing pies. Yeah, pies! Why pies of all things? Sure, Scooby's a cartoon character, but pies? You don't even have an endless supply of them. You have to collect them within the level. And you also have this radical, which helps you aim, but this is a sorry excuse for a radical if I ever seen one. It only goes from left to right, never in 8 directions. And even if you do aim at a bad guy, sometimes the pie never hits any of them. Excuse me? How the nip dangles did I miss? What, was I not close enough? Are you kidding me? Then what's the point of having a freaking aiming radical? But it gets even better. If you hold down the attack button for too long, Scooby for some apparent reason gets crippling depression and does not throw a pie. What's the point of this? The reason I'm holding the button for that long is that so I can get precise for my aiming. What? Is this some sort of way so I won't waste a pie? Then maybe you shouldn't have a limit on how much pies I can throw at a time! When I'm not flinging my white cream onto black people on the road. That sounded very wrong. Please don't take that out of context. Scooby can also do a butt stomp as well. It works, but the hit detection is so finicky. You've already seen me trying to hit the box earlier, but look here. I was this close to stomping on this enemy, but my attack never came out, and thus I died, right when I was about to complete the stage. Come on, just hit the box. Hit it. Hit it! Thank you. Don't you just love it when a random enemy comes completely out of nowhere and you get hit unfairly? Here is the boss.
You did it, Scooby!
That was the boss. Alright, roll 2, and wait, now I'm playing as Shaggy? Why can't I play as Scooby? I mean, both he and Shaggy have the same controls. I mean, he is the title character, so who the hell wants to play as Norville? At this point of the game is where I had to draw the line of playing. Yes, the first level of World 2. You're in this ancient Rome setup, and at the start of the level I had to do some precision platforming. This game wants me to be precise. With these controls! At the start, I had to jump on these moving platforms, but no matter what I did, I could not get on them. Doing a normal jump, I undershoot it. Doing a double jump, I overshoot it. Standing on the ledge, I slip off. Pressing the control stick harder, I miss. Pressing the jump button harder, I miss. So after 10 billion years, I finally got on the platform, and this game has made me walk on a curved ledge. Now let me ask you something. What was the system this game was made for? That's right, the PlayStation 1. And the PlayStation 1 only had 4 directions: up, down, left, right. So how the suck bitch hell am I supposed to move in a curved direction? I have much better luck seeing Aurora Borealis on the west coast of California than doing this crap naturally. Goodness gracious, the controls are so bad in this game. Oh great, I died again. Okay, just gotta try this again and... Whoa, wait, what happened? Did I just hit the up button by mistake or something? Okay, I'll take fault on that. It was an accident after all and... Wait, what? Okay, I totally did not do that. Why would I walk off that way knowing it was a bottomless pit there? Was that a glitch? Hold on, let me try this again, because that was completely out of my control. What type of cockball game is this? Game over? I'll show you a game over with my foot! Hey Scooby Doo, where are you? I'll tell you where. Under my foot! Die! 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 I'm sorry I had to do that. I'm sure that this game is horrible! It's the worst I ever played so far! It sucks dick! It sucks sock! It even sucks Scooby Snacks! How can they make a game that's so vile, so repugnant, to the point I can't even walk towards a straight freaking line? Whew! And those are some of the Scooby Doo games I so happen to own. Now, there's a lot more out there, but I think we should save that for another time. So, as always, I'm the No One Time Man. Hope you had a great time watching this video. Always remember to wash your hands. And happy Halloween to you all. And to all, a good fright. I don't know where that came from.